I'm thrilled to have our next guest on. I've been watching this young man play football since he was back at Jefferson Forest High School, laying some of the most incredible hits on offensive players that people around here have ever seen. He went on to a All-American career at the University of Virginia, played in the pros, has a Super Bowl ring, and is now co-defensive coordinator for the Purdue Boilermakers. We're talking about former UVA great Anthony Poindexter. Anthony, welcome to the Sportsline. We are thrilled to have you on tonight.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Dude, we're great, man. It's so good to have you back on the show, and I'm sitting here with Dennis, and, we're just reminiscing about a lot of things, including all the great things we watched you do at JF and at UVA and, now at Purdue. How are things going up in Indiana? We know there's no football for you guys this year.
Yeah, I'm looking for work, man. I'm about to do like Mr. Carter. Rich, you must have pulled him out of retirement.
Well,
of all of them, huh?
Part of it was his wife kicking him out of retirement too, Anthony.
Yeah, look, my wife about to kick me out. I ain't been home a day or two, but she ready to kick me up out of here. This ain't right for her, so.
You got tired of seeing me around the house too much, Anthony, so I had to come out and get another job, at least part-time, to give her a few hours of freedom in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I definitely understand that.
Hey, Anthony, I wanted to ask you about one of your all-time great friends who just recently went into UVA's Baseball Hall of Fame, and you know who I'm talking about, Ryan Gilliland. I remember him being your best friend when you were at Jefferson Forest High School. How excited are you for Ryan to go into the Hall of Fame at UVA?
Well, I called him, and I really I was out on the road recruiting. We had some stuff going. I really wanted to be there for the day they inducted him to the UVA Baseball Hall of Fame. And but I was telling him, I'm like, how about this, man? Two little kids went to New London Academy, grew up, best friends, talked about going to the same college our whole lives, and him playing baseball, me playing football, and now to be able to go to UVA together and then both end up in the Hall of Fame there. I mean, it's just. It's unbelievable. It's like unrealistic to me. I mean, just amazing, and I'm so excited for him and his family, man. I mean, it's well deserved. He was an awesome player. And, obviously, if you met Ryan, we call him G, but he even better person.
And speaking of the Hall of Fame, you are going to be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in December. I know you can't wait for that. That's going to be huge for you, and you will be joining your former coach, the late George Welsh. I know I've read some stories where you've talked about Coach Welsh. Tell me, when you first got to UVA, he was a pretty intimidating figure, correct?
Yeah, all my years at UVA. I mean, and I say that in a loving way and a respectful way, honestly. But that's how I was raised. You respected your coaches and you did exactly what they said. But, I mean, everybody that met Coach Welsh know he won't like just this happy-go-lucky person. I mean, I think he will. I ain't saying he won't happy, but he just never showed it on the outside. But I really respected him. I did fear him. I mean, it was like looking at your dad when he's mad. It was like, man, good grief. I just want to please Coach. But obviously he was a great coach. He was always great to me. And I really wouldn't be in this position without him.
Anthony, what was it like when you found out that you were going in? I hear there's a cute little story there.
Yeah, Rich. I mean, like the ball comes to the house, But like I say, I tell people I don't get mail at my house, so and boxes come here all the time. Obviously, somebody on Wayfair or wherever they order and whatever. I don't know what they're in here ordering, but so my son opened the box. Obviously his name's the same as mine, and no one either put senior or junior in it, and he opened it. He's like, man, this is football in here. That must be for you. And, I look at the ball, and it got, like, Hall of Fame on them. It was that time of the year where, I've been on the ballot before, and I'm like, man, maybe they just sending you a ball this year, to say you're on the ballot or whatnot. And, I dug in it, looked at it, like, welcome to the Hall of Fame. My name was on it. I read the note, and I'm looking at my wife like, you got to read this. I don't think this is right. And, I mean, it was pure shock. But and look, I immediately thought about growing up in Forest, Virginia, growing up in that town, representing that town, and all the people that have helped me through there. Obviously, my mom, my dad, my brother, my cousins, and my aunts, and all of those, and my uncles. But just all the people I done come across. Mr. Carter, Rick. I mean, y'all all been part of this. We all going to the Hall of Fame. It's just not me.
Did you shed a few tears when you got that ball and you realized that you were going into the Hall of Fame?
Well, I really didn't shed tears. I was waiting for confirmation. It was just like, all right, you can't tell anybody that you're in the Hall of Fame. You can't announce it to no one. We're going to announce it Wednesday on ESPN. So Dave Pollock was doing a show at Georgia. ESPN College Game Day, they was doing a show or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, it's Wednesday, it's almost noon. So then they bring him that same ball. I'm like, okay, well, this must be true. I mean, I was like, that day I saw him with the ball in his hand. I'm like, it must be confirmation. It must be real. But, like I said, I mean, it was it's a proud moment for me. But I just don't want to, take all the credit for it. Obviously I had to play. But again, I mean, from Little League all the way on through college, man, I had a lot of people that propped me up and helped me, put me in a situation where I could succeed and, always been putting me in a good light. So I'm thankful for all that. So I think, my hometown going in with me.
Anthony, for folks who loved watching you play football at Jefferson Forest and winning a couple of state championships and then going on to UVA and excelling there on the football field, catch us up to date on you as a family man. I know you've got a lovely wife, you've got kids, you've got to feel like you're so blessed.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I got a beautiful wife, Kim, and I got 3 beautiful kids, Morocco, AJ, and Chloe, and they all doing their thing. Morocco, a senior at UConn, she run track there. And AJ, he going to wrestle at George Mason, and my little boy there, my youngest, she gonna be a freshman in high school, and she a cross country track runner. So they all doing their thing and having success. And again, my wife, she's the salt of the earth because I'm never at home. Obviously, with the job I have, she done a great job with our kids, and her parents and my parents, they great friends, and they come out and see us as much as they can. So it's a little bit difficult being this far away from home. Most of my coaching career, I was an hour away from my hometown. But then obviously when I moved to Connecticut, I moved a little bit farther away. Now I'm out here in the Midwest. But it's been great. The journey been great. I've met some great people. And the one thing I always tell them, though, I never forget about home. And Forest, Virginia, always be my home.
Anthony, you're making us feel old, man, with your kids in high school and college. I mean, it's a little depressing, dude.
Yeah, I know, man. Trust me, every morning I wake up and I put my feet on the floor, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting old, man.
Hey, what was it like the other day when the Big Ten announced that they weren't going to be playing football? It had to be, obviously a rough day for you guys.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, look, all the stuff going around, I think our head coach has handled it great. Obviously the decision ain't in our hands, and obviously we wanted to play, but the powers to be don't think it's safe enough, and you just got to go with what the people say. Like I'm not a doctor, I'm not I don't profess to be, and so we were prepared to coach, and if we was gonna have a season, we were ready to go. But I mean, that's just life, though. I mean, look, you're talking to a guy that most thought was going to go in the first round his junior year, come back for a senior year, he blow his knee out. I mean, that's life, though. You punches. You just got to get up off the ground, and it's how you deal with it after it comes. So as long as you're still living and breathing, life will go on and football will be played again. So we just get ready for it when it's ready to be played again.
Anthony, how much do you miss home, and how often do you get back to Forest in the Lynchburg area?
Well, I used to. Before this pandemic hit, I tried to get back at least, at least once or twice a year. And I always try to find a kid or two around there to recruit and try to get on. I wish I could get there more. Obviously, this year I haven't been able to get back. I've been around my team, and I've been around, I'm around kids all the time. So I didn't want to go back and forth. My parents getting a little bit older, and I just didn't want to run the risk of me having, corona or something and take it back home. So I really didn't stay away. Luckily we got FaceTime and all that kind of stuff now, so you almost feel attached. But I wish I could get there a little bit more. But obviously with what I do as a living and coaching and stuff like that, sometimes it's difficult. But normally I try to get back at least once or twice a year.
Anthony, coaching nowadays seems a lot different than, what you were talking about with Coach Welsh. There's so much more to deal with. The kids are different. What's it like being a coach in 2020 versus, even when you started? It's got to be a lot different, right?
Yeah, well, it's different than the piece that the kids, they have a lot more information because of social media and stuff like that, which is good. I mean, they're well informed, but I mean, at the end of the day, kids are kids, and they want to play a sport, and it's still a sport, and it's fun for them, and, they want to be treated well, which, when I got into this business, I told my wife, like, I want to treat kids good, and the day that I'm doing it for another reason besides the kids, I'm going to get out of it. So, in some aspects, it's different, but in a lot of aspects, they still young kids. I mean, 18 to 21, they want people to hug on them, they want people to love on them, they want people to coach them, they want people to try to help them reach their goals, as far as going to the league and getting that degree. And a lot of them just need guidance, man. A lot of these kids don't have father figures in that life, and, sometimes we have to step into that role. So it changed just because they have a lot more information, but at the same time, they just still kids.
Anthony, we just got a phone call in from an Alan Steele. He says he's a friend of Anthony. Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, Mr. Steele. Yeah, oh yeah. I've been knowing Mr. Steele for a long time.
You got a message for him? Anything you'd like to tell him?
Well, I wish I could come down and eat lunch with him. I used to go and eat lunch with him and the crew, Mr. Leon Brand, all them guys. They used to have this little lunch group. I would try to get down there once a month or whatever and try to eat lunch with him. I wish I could. But, I hope they're doing well and staying safe.
Anthony Poindexter joining us here on the Sportsline, co-defensive coordinator for the Purdue Boilermakers. Of course, UVA great, Jefferson Forest great, going into the College Football Hall of Fame. So many folks back here so proud and excited for you, Anthony. And, whenever you do get back home, give us a shout. We'd love to have you in studio and hang out with you for an hour or so.
Well, you know what? Guess what? I don't have much to do this fall, so.
Hey, do you?
I was thinking, I'm like, well, if UVA play, I'm supposed to be back there for a game to honor. I think the Hall of Fame, they have you come back to your home school and they do this whole big event for you. So,
that's great.
Like, if that's gonna happen and the UVA plays, I would love to get back there, and obviously I would want to get back down to my hometown, and I really would like to share this with everyone. And but like I said, I miss home. Home is the best place to me, and it's close to my heart. And I wish I could get there more often.
Anthony, the date of your induction into the College Football Hall of Fame, I know it's in December. Is it the 8th?
It's December the 8th in New York. Yes, sir.
I know you've got to be excited about that. You're going to have a big family group to take with you to the induction?
Well, I would like to.
Depending on the climate of the country at that time, right?
Well, it does, but I mean, they don't make it easy for you to get a lot of people there. Like, the prices for these tickets and tables is crazy. So I know my wife will be sitting there with me because I got one free ticket, but I mean, it's like, it's astronomical for the prices, but
right.
So I wanted, like a lot of people to be there and, share their experience with me, especially in New York City. And, I'm going to try to find a way to get my mom and dad there. It's going, like I say, man, it's New York City, and they got New York City prices on this.
Well, Anthony, I'll tell you, you're one of the favorite players that I've enjoyed watching through the years in high school and in college, and it's a real honor to have you on the show today. Thank you for taking the time out to join us for a few minutes on a Friday afternoon.
Well, I'll tell you what, I appreciate y'all, man. I know it's been text back and forth to try to get me on the phone. I try to do it the right way, go through our SID and do it the right way, but I appreciate y'all always reaching out. Richard always reached out to me and tried to get me on the show, and I appreciate y'all always remembering me and just taking care of me and putting me in a good light. I really appreciate that.
You got it, man. You know we love you down here and look forward to having you in studio next time you're down.
No doubt. I love y'all boys, man. Y'all take care, man.
Anthony Poindexter joining us here on the Sportsline.